No, don't, John. Please don't. No. You're going to get to talk enough as it is, okay? And now it's you.
Hello. This is Art Takes with John Lakey, Art Supernaut, and Stu Supernaut. And Art has a saying, and I portray the ignorance, but I'm going to send you to Art.
Yes.
Your turn.
You can't fix stupid, but ignorance is a lifestyle choice.
Yep.
John's made some bad choices in his life, and I think I made one letting him run the board today. You notice that? You ever notice that the power goes to some people's heads really badly?
Well, you got to remember, everybody has a first time at something. So you got to have a first time and see what happens.
The thing that kind of embarrasses me is the fact that we've done this before, and he always just abuses his power.
Well, I'm just acting like I'm a politician, you know?
Hey, wait a minute. That reminds me of something. Okay, you've heard of an oxymoron, right?
Yeah.
Like military intelligence, jumbo shrimp.
Yeah.
I just realized there's one that nobody's mentioned. President Trump.
Well,
See, talk about power. You're letting him run the thing, and you're pushing buttons already.
But I want to be the power behind the throne.
Yeah.
Most people don't realize it, but the court jester had more power than anybody.
Yeah, and he also got to date the ladies in waiting. Woo! Oh,
and the fun part was that many times the court jester didn't get killed when everybody else did when there was a coup.
Well, they figured he didn't know anything, and they were wrong.
Well, he's stupid. He's the fool. Yep. Sure he is. Now they call him a prime minister, but
Oh, you mean Trudeau? Justin Trudeau?
Why is it every time somebody says Trudeau, all I think of is donuts?
Yeah, really. We need to make.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why that goes to donuts. Yeah,
give me a dozen Trudeau's, Jellyfield, will you?
doesn't even. That's not even the language. Doesn't even translate. Anyway, somebody got something. Where are we going?
Oh, you start. I liked a couple of your things.
All right. I got we're gonna, because of the 50th anniversary of Apollo and the moon landing. I found this the other day, and I find it interesting. But the conspiracy theorists who punched Buzz Aldrin still insist the moon landing was a fake. All right?
I live with that every day. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I know. Some people, I have a couple people I know who, he never landed. They're afraid to leave Oakland County. They'll fall off the edge.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I drove to Macomb once, and you don't fall off the edge.
Yeah.
I made it to...
You go far enough. That lady in St. Clair Shores a few years ago drove off the edge right in front of the church.
Well,
yeah, and
didn't find her till the thaw.
Oh, yeah, and the other thing is if you drive on the east side...
Yeah, hurry up, get your point out, then we'll quit interrupting him.
Oh,
Never mind, just go ahead.
Just go ahead, it won't switch.
You have to wait till it switches to you.
Yeah.
What it boils down to is, the guy, this is years ago, he accosted Buzz Aldrin. Buzz punched him in the face. You see, he never went to the moon, Buzz punched him in the face. Well, it boiled down when it all came to the court and judges and everything else, that they didn't press any charges, they didn't do anything because they decided that, Buzz Aldrin was, I don't know what the terminology was, but he was like forced into doing it. He just couldn't help himself. Anyway, so they looked it up after and they found the guy and everything else. He says, I still don't believe they landed on the moon. And that's fine. Let him believe what he wants to believe. I have no issue with that, So, but, don't sit there and tell me to believe your stuff.
See, as far as I'm concerned, anybody who doesn't believe what I believe, it's ignorant anyway, so...
And I believe anybody who doesn't believe what I believe might be smarter than me.
Sometimes they may know something we don't, yes. That's one that scares me. What do you know that I don't?
With me, it's always, who do you know that I don't? Have you seen all the nonsense going over in the city of Troy lately?
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. There was a whole culture of collusion. What is it with is that called an alliteration?
Yes.
Okay.
Culture of collusion.
Culture of collusion. Den of thieves, Huh? Come on.
Den of thieves is not an alliteration. Stu Supernaut is an alliteration.
It's a little something.
It's a little something.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Go back to John.
What's up, John? What do you got?
Okay, well, the thing about this moon landing. If you want to go into the conspiracy theorist, why did they call the moon mission Apollo? Because Apollo's the sun god.
Apollo's not the sun god.
No.
I know a little bit about mythology, not much. One of the reasons that the next set of missions are going to be called Athena is because Athena was Apollo's sister.
Yeah, well, that would be nice, you know.
So I do get a little bit from watching TV. Usually my eyes are shut.
Well,
It was Apollo because there was 3 of them.
well,
They had to do something with 3 of them because Gemini was the 2. Then they went to Apollo with the three people.
Well, Apollo was the one who rode the winged chariot carrying the sun across the sky. You know, from Greek mythology. I mean Greek religion. You know, we can't make fun of their religion now.
Well, you can't make fun of anything now. That's kind of annoying the heck out of me.
You can make fun of me.
In fact, I'm getting so annoyed with this nonsense with the Me Too movement. I'm thinking about starting another one called You Too. Are you tired of everybody getting so offended the minute you say, hello, you look nice today? You too?
I was on the phone today, and after talking to the service person for a while, I said, yeah, thanks for helping me, hon. And then there was this deathly silence, and I thought, oh no, I'm getting sued. But no, she was just looking something up on her computer.
Well, the big thing is that's another way how they tell how old you are on the phone.
What, if you're polite?
If you make sense? If you say something like "Thank you, hon," or whatever, if you're polite anymore, it's pretty much they must be an older person. Because
I'd like to find somebody competent so I could at least have a reason to say thank you. Usually it's all right. I'm hanging up now. Goodbye.
Well, like I said on the last show, I went through 3 continents and 5 technicians before they got my system going back at home, and it finally ended up talking to a person in Georgia who sent somebody to I think it was Kansas
Georgia, America, or Georgia, Russia?
America. I finally got back to the States, and they finally figured out, they forgot to turn this back on.
And technology's going to make all our lives so much easier.
Oh,
what
yeah.
a bunch of
Yeah.
Well, this
turtle toadies.
Paperless society has gone really off the charts.
Oh yeah, that's worked really well, hasn't it?
Yeah, go
more
paperless. Tell you what, you print out the stuff we don't want to.
Yeah. Print it out.
And you go to a drugstore and you get 17 pages of,
Oh yeah, especially the
CVS,
CVS, the one's known for it.
Yeah. Buy a pack of gum, you have enough stuff to put up curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or at least paper the walls.
Yeah.
But there'll be those strip curtains.
Yeah. It's not working for you either.
It didn't work for me either.
Vertical blinds. Yeah,
the vertical blinds
yeah.
from the hippie age, you know.
Wait a minute, I still have them. I like them.
Yeah, well, but I remember them from the hippie age, you had that crepe paper between the doorways from one room to another, and you'd
the beaded curtain.
Yeah, and you'd play Jimi Hendrix on a 8-track, so it would just keep going and going and going.
Why are you doing this for an 8-track? That's a turntable.
But it spins though.
It spins.
Yeah, they repeat.
Well, see, I'm doing the same
inside.
thing.
You ever take one apart?
Yeah, more than once.
I was going to say, did you have any break?
Yeah.
Didn't nobody have throw matches?
How much stuff do you have? Am I not taking apart? How does this work?
Yeah. And it still doesn't work.
Yeah.
Here, let me fix it. Where can I buy a new one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you want to hear a Darwin Award?
Please.
Sure.
I want to see you while you're doing it.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't ask me why.
Well, in India, 2007, increased mining and recent rain in southeastern India unsettled the wildlife. In the past few months, migrating elephants had killed 11 people. In southeast India, a team of 4 journalists decided to interview this herd of rogue elephants.
Wait a minute. They're going to interview the elephants?
They went into the forest in search of the rogues on foot. Elephants are big and fast. As a recent death illustrates, a person can't outrun an elephant. But these intrepid journalists apparently assumed that a press pass granted immunity. With a note for news, the journalists sniffed out the herd. Once located, it was only natural to capture the photogenic animals on film. Unfortunately, the films were camera shy. Angered by the flash, The irritated herd charged the paparazzi, miraculously only killing 1 out of 4. His remains could not be retrieved.
Well,
Trampled.
yeah, with a shovel,
yeah,
maybe.
They got a spoon, yeah.
But that just goes to show, puts the proof to the old saying that if you're ever attacked by a wild animal, I don't have to outrun it. I just got to outrun you. So,
Yeah.
Well, the funny
elephants are
thing
neat.
about
though.
the elephant thing is I've seen it before. They have the young elephants go off and they, like you said, they rampage, do whatever, and they bring in best thing to do is go find an old bull elephant and come in and smack around the teenagers and put them back in line. And it's usually what they do. That they find an old bull elephant, he walks in, and they, like you said, they sometimes takes like 2 days. He just walks in and he ain't taking no crap from the kids.
What's funny is that nowadays, in a human race, you can't do that. So I love the way that there's so many things that are supposed to change, that basically what you're doing is trying to change human nature, and I don't think that's going to happen.
So you're telling me that the elephant didn't get charged with PETA for ethical treatment to animals because he beat the younger animal. I mean, shouldn't they put him in prison for elephant abuse?
I don't know if there's a law against that.
I don't know if you're going to put handcuffs on him, but good luck.
Yeah, there you go. Where do you get the handcuffs?
This big.
So that is something to think about. Not just the handcuffs. How are they going to put the chokehold on him?
There you go.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, I've got a little something that ties right into that.
Well, that's scary.
People interviewing elephants. Here we go. Where did I put it? In Petaluma, California. Of course, that's almost as crazy as some other countries. Nearly 100 protesters were arrested during a demonstration at a duck farm over what they call cruel conditions. But what I want to know is cruel conditions to who? To the ducks? To the protesters? I didn't hear one duck complain. Not one.
Well, didn't the ducks, did they not give them cable or something?
Well, I want to know why the people protesting weren't dressed like ducks.
Well, really, at least they didn't do the same thing with what do you call them? The prison system. And, because the prisoners, they get cable TV, they get exercise gyms.
You mean they're putting ducks in prison now?
They should put them in prison. They'll get better treatment.
Never thought of it. Wow, we should have gone to prison instead of Catholic school. We'd have got better treatment.
Probably.
Never mind, but
Probably, yeah.
really bad, really bad. Another one here. In Denver, Colorado, a housing authority accused of violating the federal rights of tenants with disabilities by charging a $300 fee for companion animals has settled a lawsuit for $950,000. Nowhere in this article does it say how much they charge if you had kids for companions.
They were charging extra rent if you. Oh, okay. For your companion animals, what's the matter? The ladies.
Well, that whole
therapy turkey wasn't helping out.
I was just going to mention the therapy peacock.
Yeah.
That look at his face. I love it. Yes, there was a big stink a couple years ago. A lady had a therapy peacock, and because the way the law was interpreted, the airlines were forced to allow people their therapy animals. Well, since then, a couple of therapy animals have attacked other passengers in the airplane. So now the therapy animals, unless it's like a dog, cat, or I don't know, maybe a gerbil for what's his name, the movie star.
He's got his own plane. It's okay.
Oh well, yeah, but I know. But the whole thing is, I sympathize with people. A lot of people can have a lot of different kind of problems. But if your therapy animal is like a rabid ferret or a raccoon with an attitude, I don't want to be sitting next to you, whether it's an aisle or a window seat.
Also, just take the train.
There you go. But no, actually not, because I'd probably be taking trains a lot.
Hey, could I get Joe Biden for my therapy human? I mean, he loves to sniff hair, and I still have a little hair. I might be able to keep him happy a little
And he'd
bit.
hug you once in a while, too.
Yeah,
There you
and
go.
hugs are good.
I was actually thinking down a whole different avenue. I couldn't believe you mentioned Joe Biden. A lot of other people would have come to mind first.
Oh, well, I got to play a musical in that Western where they sang, there was that song, we're just biding our time, and every time I sang that song on the musical, I was thinking Joe Biden, it just, but nobody noticed because I was just thinking it, and there wasn't any telepathy working at that play.
Your mind works in mysterious ways.
The only Western musical I could think of was Oklahoma, and I understood that he was in one called something like Topeka or British Columbia.
South Dakota.
Yeah, I think this whole thing is going south real fast. Real fast.
All right. Moving on. I'm sure we all heard about everybody's going to go and the UFO enthusiasts are going to storm Area 51, and they're going to demand that they see the alien bodies and everything else.
Wait a minute. Didn't they say anything about Area 53?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. That's still unknown. Shh. Now you've done it. Now you'll never see us again. Anyway.
You'll never see me again.
At any rate. And the guy who did it started it as a joke.
Yeah.
And he had like 43 people response, and it was really, really funny. Then about 5 days later, 750,000 people had signed up on Facebook to storm Area 51. And the government told them very nicely that we have signs, and it says we can shoot you. I mean, to put it in as succinctly as possible, we are allowed to shoot you. Don't do this, guys. This is not a brilliant thing to do.
Well, the thing I liked is on the Facebook page when he started this, he said, "Let's all storm and we'll find the real alien bodies because they can't get all of us."
Right.
And the government didn't say it, but I know their first thought was, "We sure gonna try."
Yeah, that's about it. But now if they would
shoot for the legs so we can take our time coming back and getting them in the head.
Yep.
Now if they would have taken and got some illegal, undocumented aliens to come up in front, they wouldn't be able to shoot them. They have different rules.
Well, actually, if you think about it, and the little grays or the greens were there, yeah.
They could shoot them anyway. Yeah.
They're documented.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They. I've been watching a lot of late night TV. I've learned a lot of stuff about aliens, man.
A lot of late night TV.
Yeah.
Well,
you should see all the new stuff I bought.
Yeah, that's the one I don't like. Let's go shopping after about 3 jacks. Yep. How come I have 4 cameras?
Yeah.
How come I just bought a watch that I've owned for 10 years? Yep. Well, I liked it back then. I guess I still like it.
Look at this. I've got this special ticket. Gets me into any venue, anywhere, at any time. I'll be paying for it till after I'm dead, but it doesn't matter.
Well, with the heat, everybody's kind of laying low, and last week's stuff, it was a little interesting. I love it. I was out running around in my car, and I looked down.
Wait a minute, your car's not that big.
No, okay, running around with my car.
Okay, there you go.
With my car.
Well, I've been in
I was inside it, though, so I wasn't with it.
You're really not.
I'm with you.
You're not with it right now either.
I haven't been with it for a while, and that's the fun part. At any rate, the Massachusetts police have asked the residents to refrain from crime, at least until the heat wave passes over. The straight-up hottest soccer balls out there, the department wrote in the Post, which has racked up more than 106 likes. Yes, the police department really used the phrase hot as soccer balls. The department confirmed to CNN that post it was indeed legit, and they have asked the criminals to please take it easy until the heat wave passes.
Wow.
Well, you see, people don't always think about the fact that crime is optional. You don't have to go out and commit a crime. So you don't have to go out and do something on a hot day. Stay home, relax. You don't work that hard, so you're probably not in good shape anyway. You don't work that hard to steal from somebody. So you stay home, you relax, you enjoy the comfort. When the weather gets better, then go out there and do bad things. It's just like, you don't see crime. Crime always drops when it gets cold out. Why? Because the bad guys want to stay home and take it easy. I mean, come on. I would too.
Yeah. Every time you guys hit the table, I think we got dinosaurs from that
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. You know, because I keep hearing the boom. Every time you guys hit the table with your hands.
John, we're not hitting the table.
Oh, I'm imagining things. But anyway,
audio hallucinations.
Before we ever get a little farther, I wanted to share my wardrobe and give credit to it. It's from Salvation Army. And if you go there, please tell them that we from Art Takes will no longer take clothes anymore, and we'll pay for them at the register like everyone else.
Well, you know, it's funny.
Where are you going with this, John?
You mentioned
That sounds like you're
that.
trying
I
to-
used to buy a lot of my stuff at the Salvation Navy, but every time it got wet, it shrunk.
Yeah. Well, now you guys, if you want to, you can tell where your clothes came from.
I don't know. The basement. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Mine came out of the dryer. Yeah.
The garbage, actually. I have a buddy that sleeps behind one of the big malls, and whenever they throw something really nice away, he'll give me a quick call on his cell phone. He uses a top-notch cell phone because he got it for free. You know, people give away stuff to homeless people.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if the person knew that they were giving it away, but he changes the number every 3 or 4 weeks. But the fact remains that hey, when they're throwing stuff away because it's too old, or I got another buddy at the hospital. You know, when somebody dies and they got extra clothes, you know where they go, don't you? Out in the garbage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I'd put them on. I mean, I'd wash them first, though. You know, I'd put them on.
Well, I would just
I'm going to hate
think.
to tell you, but, you know, death is not infectious. Infectious is death, but death is not
Yeah,
infectious.
yeah. Well, you know, actually, death is infectious, and everybody who's born is going to die. They were infected by their parents.
Didn't you ever see that movie, Death Becomes Her?
Oh, yes.
That's a movie.
But it's based on real life.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, it was on the internet. If it's on the internet, it must be true.
Yeah, you're right. It must be true.
How are we doing time-wise there, John?
Oh, geez.
Getting down there?
Yeah, we got 7 minutes.
Oh, we got
left.
plenty of time to be stupid.
Yeah, you know.
Let's work harder.
We don't have to work harder at it, guys. That's the problem. We really don't have to work at being stupid.
I do. I had something to aspire to.
Well, you got anything more in your little briefs
Oh,
or whatever?
I've got all kinds of stuff here. You know, we were telling somebody yesterday, John and I, that what we do is just comment on the really ignorant things that people do, because we will never, ever run out of material.
Oh, you betcha.
So, well, here we go. Weatherford, Oklahoma. The popular Stafford Air and Space Museum, that I've never heard of, is expanding so it can make room for 2 large new items. A lunar space module, which stands 2 stories tall. They must have gone up to the moon to get it.
It was the practice model.
Or maybe it was the one hidden on the soundstage in the back lot of Universal all those years.
It was a spare.
And an F-117 stealth fighter jet. Well, wait a minute. If the stealth fighter jet can't be seen, how's anybody going to know it's there?
Well, they'll see the decals, number one. You
Oh,
forgot about that
because
part.
the
The decals
decals
aren't stealth, no.
Oh, that
It's
makes
not
sense.
stealth.
I thought maybe just the
You
dust.
never read a Wonder Woman cartoon? Come on.
No, I wasn't into them. As a matter of fact, I never really did.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. I
Okay.
said, yeah, her plane's see-through.
Yeah, see-through
But
plane, yeah.
when are we going to get her? Yeah, now it doesn't work
Okay.
again. Never mind. Let
Harrisburg,
it stay on you.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Amid growing demand among mothers in hospitals for breast milk, Pennsylvania is considering regulating milk donations to ban unsafe practices.
Let me think about that for a moment.
I don't even want to think about it. All that stuff going to waste. Oh, some of these things, I don't believe people are that ignorant, and I'm usually wrong. Here we go. Columbia, South Carolina. The 5 Points Post Office in Columbia will no longer allow homeless to sleep inside overnight after complaints about vandalism and other problems.
Wow.
Who was complaining? The people they were allowing to sleep in their side overnight? They were being vandalized? What does a homeless person have to take?
No,
Am I missing something here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were.
No, the homeless person obviously was missing something.
The homeless person was taking something, you know. You know, they were acting like they were, congressmen.
Yeah. You know what? We almost made it through the whole day without saying a bad thing about politicians.
Oh, no,
I
we
didn't.
started right off with the politicians, but we kind of moved away from that.
Well, I didn't listen. Was I here?
Why even listen, eh?
Wait,
Now,
here
see,
we go. Wait,
here's the problem. Okay, here we go.
here's a
This
good
is
one
why.
to kind of take us down towards the end. Nashville, Tennessee. Now,
Yeah.
notice I said Nashville, Tennessee, not Florida. A legislative appointee of Republican State House Speaker Glenn Casada says public education is a, quote, satanic system, unquote, and has called President Donald Trump and Pope Francis, quote, antichrists, unquote. Obviously a real firm believer in God and charitable forgiveness.
Wow, he calls them Antichrist. You know, I could go for being called Antichrist when I was in my 30s and the 40s because I loved to go to the bar and have a lot and, you know, hey, ladies, how you doing?
But God had wine with his meals.
Yeah, that's true.
And when he ran out, he just took some
Yeah, he
water
made
and
more.
made some more.
You got me,
Now,
guys.
unless he'd had a drinking problem, why would he have had to make more wine?
Yeah.
Well, he had to share with his 12 disciples.
Yeah.
Think about this.
Well,
Because they were bums too. I mean, he just picked them
well,
up. on the
actually, yeah,
street.
they didn't have jobs, did they?
They were supposedly fishermen,
Right.
but they didn't do much fishing after they met him.
Well, Matthew was a tax collector.
Oh, that's right.
Matthew was a tax collector.
Well,
but-
for him, it was a step up then.
yeah, but I memean, maybe back then tax collectors only worked 1 month of the year, you know, instead of like our IRS agents, you know, they're working.
24/7.
Yeah. You know, can you imagine that? Well, we're down to 2.5 minutes, Mr. Art.
Okay, well, let's see. What? Any other little thing we want to bring out?
I got
Let me
nothing right now. Like I said.
Oh, here we go. Great Falls, Montana. A dry fall followed by a long stretch of sub-zero weather in February may have had devastating effects on the city's plant life, not to mention its social life. Not a lot of getting together, you know, begatting going on at sub-zero weather.
There's a lot of these
unless you're trying to stay
sub-zero weather.
I don't know.
You don't leave the house.
There aren't that many
You know?
people born in September and October, so don't tell me nothing.
No. Sub-zero weather, the people would be born 9 months later.
Correct.
September, October.
Oh.
Go back to the New York blackout.
Well, that
You
was
know,
summertime though.
That's true.
I remember
That's true.
because I was in it. I wasn't in New York, but I was part of it. Wait a minute, there is another one here, real quick.
Okay.
We got 2 minutes? Sure we do. Topeka, Kansas. A man is suing the city for nearly $2.78 million in damages for injuries he suffered when he fell through a gap in a highway bridge. In the same place, 4 people have plunged through since 2001, including a 14-year-old boy who died.
Ooh.
Well, that's a shame to hear anybody died, but it would seem to me that Topeka people could have fixed the fence for a lot less than $2.78 million.
Or put up a sign at least. Come on.
Well,
You know,
I don't know.
yeah.
Well, Kansas, yeah, I was thinking of Tennessee. They probably couldn't read, but Kansas, I think people can.
Well, you know, and Kansas is a farming community. They should have just put up an electric fence, you know, and then the guy would have touched it, ooh, you know, and they wouldn't have crossed it. Believe
No,
me.
but then you get those shock addicts. They're good at
well,
sorry. Hit the credits
You-
and
you
let's
just
get out.
done
of here.
your
you've
Beavis.
wasted another perfectly good half hour
Hour of my life,
with
yeah.
with us. And thanks, and remember to shop at Salvation Army. Here is the credits.
Well, your finger worked right. Good.
Yeah.
You may not laugh, but I used to buy my work shirts at Salvation Army all the time for like $1.